Some people don't fear strength. They don't fear intelligence. And they certainly don't fear loud voices. What they fear is something much quieter. Because toxic people have learned how to survive conflict. They know how to argue. They know how to manipulate emotions. They know how to twist words until you begin questioning yourself. But there is one thing they struggle to control. Someone who no longer reacts the way they expect. The moment you stop feeding the emotional game they've created, something strange begins to happen. The person who once seemed confident suddenly becomes uneasy. Not because you've become aggressive, but because you've become unpredictable. Psychology has shown that manipulation depends on predictable emotional responses. When those responses disappear, the manipulator loses the sense of control they relied on. And that's exactly why these 7 silent behaviors can make toxic people fear you more than anger ever could. 1. Refusing to explain yourself. Many people believe that if they explain themselves one more time, they'll finally be understood. But toxic individuals rarely misunderstand by accident. Sometimes misunderstanding is the strategy. Because as long as you keep defending yourself, you're still participating in the game they designed. Notice how exhausting it becomes. Every answer creates another question. Every clarification becomes another accusation. No matter how carefully you speak, the goalposts keep moving. Eventually, emotionally intelligent people recognize something important. Not every misunderstanding deserves correction. Sometimes silence communicates confidence more effectively than another paragraph of justification. And when someone realizes they can no longer pull endless explanations from you, they begin losing one of their favorite sources of emotional control. That silence unsettles them far more than another argument ever could. 2. Becoming emotionally unreadable. Most toxic people study reactions. They notice what makes you angry, what makes you insecure, what makes you guilty. Every visible reaction becomes information they can use later. That's why they often provoke you on purpose. Not because they enjoy the conversation, because they're collecting emotional leverage. But once your emotions stop becoming predictable, their confidence begins to disappear. You stop giving dramatic responses. You stop defending every insult. You stop trying to prove your worth. Instead, you respond with calm, measured words. Sometimes, with nothing at all. And suddenly, they no longer know which button to press. A manipulator without emotional access feels surprisingly powerless. Because control only works when they know exactly how you'll react. 3. Becoming comfortable with walking away. One of the strongest weapons toxic people believe they possess is your fear of losing them. As long as they believe you'll stay no matter how poorly you're treated, they feel safe repeating the same behavior. That's why they often test your boundaries little by little. Not all at once. Just enough to see how much you'll tolerate. But something changes the moment they realize your peace matters more than their approval. You no longer chase every conversation. You no longer panic when they become distant. You no longer sacrifice your dignity just to keep someone comfortable. You quietly accept that some people belong in your past. And that quiet acceptance often becomes the very thing they never expected. Because nothing is more intimidating to someone who relies on control than realizing they no longer control your decisions. 4. Protecting your boundaries without announcing them. The strongest boundaries are often the ones that don't need long speeches. You stop arguing about what you'll tolerate. Instead, your actions speak for you. When someone crosses a line, you quietly step back. No drama. No threats. No attempts to change them. Toxic people find this unsettling because they can't negotiate with silent consistency. 5. Refusing to seek revenge. Many expect you to retaliate, to insult them back, to expose them, to make them feel what they made you feel. But choosing peace over revenge removes you from the emotional battle they wanted. Nothing confuses a toxic person more than someone who simply moves on and succeeds. 6. Becoming selective with your attention. Attention is a form of power. Toxic people often crave it, even negative attention. When you stop reacting to every message, every insult, or every attempt to provoke you, they begin to feel invisible. And for someone who thrives on controlling your focus, that silence speaks louder than any confrontation. 7. Finding happiness without their approval. The greatest fear of a toxic person isn't losing an argument, it's losing their importance in your life. The day they realize you can smile, grow, and find peace without them is the day they lose the influence they once believed they had. Real freedom begins the moment your happiness no longer depends on someone else's opinion. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, subscribe to Mind Decoded, and turn on the notification bell for more psychology and self-improvement content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.